I've got good news and I've got good news. Hey, friends, real estate clients, fans, Jeremy Larkin here, CEO of the Larkin Group home selling team in beautiful St. George, Utah. I have a hard time getting it correctly. Is that a cool picture or what? Anyway, hey, I got great news. And I love delivering great news because it seems that lately there's a lot of bad news, right? I mean, never mind that someone, they were shipping people off to space. We're going from one crisis to the other, but I have incredible news about the real estate market. I'd like to report something to you. Would you be shocked to know, as a homeowner, as a home buyer, as a home seller, maybe as a real estate professional, mortgage professional, title professional, maybe you're in the construction trade, maybe you're just, I'm going to fix this camera a little bit, maybe you're just a civilian, a citizen that isn't doing any of those things, right? You own a home, you're just curious. We just logged, folks, the highest number of home sales, homes sold, and the highest number of new homes under contract since January 1st. COVID-19, what COVID-19? Pandemic, what pandemic? Check this out. So this is custom data. This is not data that's produced by anyone, what's the word here, organically. I have gone and I've taken since January 1st. We went all the way back to the first week of January, actually December 29th, January 4th, the end of Christmas time, moving into the new year. And we started tracking here at the Larkin Group new listings, new homes on the market, price reductions, people who had their home on the market and reduced the price for some reason, usually because the home's not selling, closings, actual sales closed, and the last thing was pendings. Pendings are new contracts. Buyer says, will you marry me? And seller says, yes, I will. And they're engaged, and that's a new pending sale. I think you'll find this fascinating, folks. Week by week, the red highlights the highest number of new listings, the highest number of price reduction, the highest number of closings, and the highest number of pending sales. Well, lo and behold, would you look at that? May 3rd through the 9th, 126 homes closed here in Washington County. And that same week, last week, week and a half ago, 174, and maybe 2 weeks from now when you get this data, 174 homes went under contract. Folks, COVID-19 hit the first week of March. Quarantine was strong in March. It was light in April, and it's fading. It faded in May here in Washington County. But would you look at that? Look what happened to pending sales during COVID-19, during the pandemic. So it hits around here, and pending sales just fell through the floor. And then the second week of April, 22% increase. Third week, 23% increase. Last week of April, a 24% increase. And the first week of May, another 4%. And again, the highest number of new contracts between buyers and sellers during the year 2020, which a lot of us want to forget, right? The whole year happened in May. This is on the heels of a pandemic. I want to explain to you why. You may be saying, why? How's this possible? Well, there's quite a few factors. One of them is that there was pent-up demand during COVID-19. People who would have been buying and selling were not buying and selling. At least fewer people were buying and selling. Number two is we have this handy dandy chart, interest rates over time. This is a beautiful graphic. Thank you to my friends at Keeping Current Matters for producing it for me. In the 1970s, mortgage interest rates averaged around 8.5%. 1980s, they averaged around 12.5%. That is incredible, 12.7%. It's extremely expensive. You almost couldn't get a mortgage in the 80s. In the 1990s, 8.1%. And in the 2000s, we were back down to 6.2%. In the 2010s, we've hovered around 4%. Today, the prevailing, this is just recent data, interest rate for a 30-year mortgage reported by Freddie Mac, 3.25%. Folks, over twice as affordable to borrow money to buy a home. This is a huge factor that is driving the real estate market. Now, the last thing I want to share with you, right, and we talked about this in a video about 6 weeks ago, is that there are a lot of folks who are living in major metropolitan areas, large cities, who are ready to flee. There was a piece in USA Today, May 1st, saying folks living in large cities consider fleeing to smaller areas. They don't want to be stuck in another pandemic. They don't want to be locked down again. They're tired of the traffic. They're tired of the crime. And now they're tired of riots and all the other disasters. It is a tough time in the world, but the good news is the St. George real estate market is alive and well, and it is strong for buying and selling, right? Values have held very strong for our home sellers, and interest rates are really, really low for our home buyers. If you've got questions about making a move, selling off an investment property that you just want to get the cash out of, capturing the equity from your home, moving across town, moving across the country, maybe buying your first investment property. We could answer and would love to answer those questions for you. Visit us at soldinstgeorge.com. That is soldinstgeorge.com. And as we always say on the radio, start packing. Or don't start packing, just give us a call and we'll chat. Over and out.